Hello and welcome to my first video about my life. This is Cruel and Unusual Customers. Like I said before, I work at a movie theater, and it's a very interesting experience. There are some great customers that make me feel awesome inside. They're funny, they're interesting, they're genuinely kind, and they give me very good vibes. And then there are the customers that make me question whether the job is really worth it. So I'm just going to go through a few stories of customers that I have had to deal with in the past. Some of them have been good, some of them have been interesting, some of them have been a little strange. So here they are. Number 1. Child, why you even talk? So at work, sometimes you'll get assigned to the podium, which basically you just stay there and you check tickets for everyone who goes in. You take the paper tickets, you rip them in half, you keep one half, you give the other half to the person. And there's also the online tickets that you can check. So we're chilling there at podium, I'm doing my thing, I'm good. And over near the podium, there's always a poster for a movie that's coming out soon, and for this scenario, we had a poster for Thor Love and Thunder. And this little kid walks up and he points at it and he's like, "Oh, cool." And so there's this gray guy made of rocks on the poster. I don't know who he is or what his deal was. I haven't seen the Thor movies, I'm not a fan, but he's there chilling on the poster. So the kid is pointing at the poster, talking to his parents, and I look over because I'm bored and have nothing else to do, and he's like, "Hey, I know that guy. He's from Fortnite." And that is when I lost all hope for humanity. Number 2. The accent. One time I was cleaning up some spilled popcorn outside a theater, and this girl is talking to her group of friends, and they're all like, "Oh, what do we do now?" And I kind of notice them, and I'm like, "Do they need help?" And then the girl notices me, sees that I'm work there, and then she walks up and goes, "Excuse me, but somebody has stolen our seats." At first, I was a little weirded out, and I was like, what? But then they all started laughing, and I kind of started laughing. None of us knew why she said it in that voice. Even she didn't know why she said it in that voice, but it was hilarious. I helped them get their seats, and they were good, and they were able to watch the movie and have a good time. And I still look back on those customers and think, wow, those were some great people, and I miss them. Number 3. Underage. So at the concession stand, we have a little area that's designated as the bar, and any workers who are 21 and over and have gone through the training can sell the alcoholic drinks that we offer. But there's always these people who walk up and, like, in the middle of their order, as they're ordering like popcorn and soda and normal things, they just throw in alcohol, and it's very annoying. I then have to inform them that actually I'm underage, I can't sell alcohol, but that I can get a manager to sell it to them as soon as I'm done with their order. Number 4. Print. So at the podium, we have this little computer for checking the online tickets. People will bring up their QR code and you sort of scan and you can tell them where they're sitting and what theater they're in. There's also an option to print out their tickets, but only the first time you scan the tickets. If you scan the tickets and then you come back later and you scan them again, you can't print them because it's already been scanned and the computer's like, uh-oh, someone's trying to cheat or sneak in or something. So you can't do that. So anyway, one time this woman came with her daughter to see a movie. And so they scanned their tickets on the little scanner. And then they went off to buy snacks, which is okay because I just usually commit their face and clothing to memory so that I remember that I have scanned their tickets and I just let them through when they come back. But then when they came back, they scanned their tickets again. Apparently the girl had gone and put a sweater on, which was fine. The theaters are cold, I understand. And she looked up at me and she's like, "Oh yeah, can we get this printed out?" So I was in a little mini crisis here because they had already scanned their tickets and I had gone and scanned other people's tickets. So when these two ladies came back and scanned their tickets the second time, I wasn't able to print them because the system wouldn't let me. So I very nervously and apologetically had to tell this to them. "What? You can't print them for us? Why not? That's so stupid! Are you sure there isn't any way you could print these for us? We like to scrapbook our tickets, we need these!" I told them that I was very sorry, but there wasn't a way I could print them, and that typically when people want their tickets printed out, they just ask me the first time they scan their tickets and don't go away. "Okay, well, in the future, I guess, I don't know, maybe you could ask the people if they wanted you to print them out?" I just apologized and she moved on, but if I stopped and asked every single person who had an online ticket if they wanted it printed, I would be very counterproductive, especially during rushes. Like at 7 o'clock, we get slammed with customers. There's tons of them. If I stop and ask every single one, "Do you want your ticket printed?" They'd be like, "Oh, do we need it? Oh, do we have to? I don't know. Do we need it?" Etc., etc. It'd be very obnoxious and very counterproductive to my job. Number 5. Uber thankful. So another time I'm at podium and this woman walks up and she's struggling to carry a drink, nachos, and I think she had some other thing, and she also had her phone in her pocket that she was trying to pull out all at the same time. So I just offer to take the nachos from her so she doesn't drop anything, and as I do, she says, "Oh, such a gentleman." And then she was having a little bit of trouble figuring out where she had to go. So I told her where she had to go, and I gave her the nachos back. And she was very thankful. As she's walking away, she's talking with her friend, and she's like, "Oh, he is such a nice young gentleman there. What a nice young man." Number 6. A bit forgetful. A couple of times I've been at the concession stand, and a woman will just walk up to me, and she's like, "Here you go," and starts to hand me her credit card. And I'll just be like, ma'am, you haven't ordered yet. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's just trying to give me some money and I'm like wasting my opportunity here. One time it was really slow in the lobby and like there was maybe 2 people and this guy was like wrapped up in a blanket and he just starts walking past me. And I was a bit skeptical because I was podium. I was supposed to check his tickets. He and his friends were causing issues with us earlier in the day and he was all alone and he just tries walking right past me. So I just go, "Oh, sir, can I see your ticket, please?" He just stares at me for like 5 seconds, probably thinking like, uh-oh. And then without saying anything, he turns around, walks into the lobby, and straight up leaves. I'm not really sure why he thought he could get through when I was standing right there and there was nobody else I was talking to. All in all, I really love my job. All of the managers like me. Most of the customers like me, unless they're in the wrong. Then they're all mad at me and are all like, "Ugh." But I love the job. It's really fun. I have great benefits. Someone even left a review online about me and my friend, whose name I have blocked off because I'm going to be keeping it anonymous, aside from myself and anyone who actually wants their name on the channel. But yeah, in the end, I really enjoy working at the movie theater, and it's a great experience. And the popcorn's really good.